I've never sort of gotten a bad feeling being around, a creepy feeling being around. These guys seem like a bunch of sneaks.
I'd almost think
I think that, though, I generally think in this,
In professional sports, if you found a way to get an edge,
yeah,
you would give off the vibe of creepiness.
Hunter Renfroe is, shaken off a horrible start and turned into a viable offensive player for months now. But the Seth Lugo experiment, as it were, they looked at 1 year of him starting and said, that's good. We like that. We're willing to pay for it. Michael Walker's a solid veteran pitcher. Boom, we'll do that. Brady Singer maybe is on the verge of figuring some things out. We don't know if that's long term. This might be lightning in a bottle for Brady Singer. And Vinny Pasquantino, I think everybody kind of expected that eventually he'd become at least a good offensive player, not just sort of average guy who was plodding along. So, and it's not like they're playing 700 ball. They're good. They're a good team. And also, they beat the White Sox every time they played them. The Guardians are 5-5 against the White Sox.
Yeah.
I mean, by the way, this is the test of you being a feel-good person or not this weekend if you're a Royals fan.
Are they 12 over right now?
Yes.
So if they just play 500 ball to the end, and they win 87 games,
Yeah.
it will be a 31-game improvement.
Right. Yes. But I mean, teams just in baseball generally don't go out and win 56 games. I mean,
I agree.
That's really bad.
I think it's entirely possible this was a 65-win team last year, and it's a 75-win team this year.
Right.
Mm-hmm. And we're seeing the extreme of both cases of what can happen.
And also, you've got a player who it's a natural. I mean, Bobby Witt Jr. has been fine. I mean. And it's not surprising that a player who was the number 2 pick in the draft and everybody thought was going to be a star goes from being fine to being electric. I mean, the Royals are in this since the 1st of June when he has these Little League numbers. The Royals are 18-13. Okay, that's good, but it's under 600, and he's gone bananas. I mean, I think if he'd just been good, they'd probably be out of it right now. Because when a guy's on a streak like that, he's literally carrying the team. And when you watch it, not just looking at numbers, you see that he comes up in a time when you really need it, and he clears the bases with a double. And and those for think that
like the game on Wednesday,
they're flashing signs or stealing, tipping him off or whatever. The big hit in the game the other night, he hit a ball that was 4 inches out of the strike zone up. What do you think? Hey, they're going to throw you a fastball a foot out of the strike zone up. Go after it, buddy. No.
Lay off the high ones. I like the high ones.
I mean, you can't, Tom.
Probably because maybe someone in Great American Ballpark limped over the fence at less than that. But
do I think they're stealing signs? No. Do I think they're looking at ways that they can get an edge that are maybe not within the rule book? I hope so. Right? Like, I think every other team is. Right? Do I think everybody plays by the rules? No. I think Latin American signings are done 2 years before they ever sign. I've talked to people. They're 13, 14 years old, and they come to an agreement with the guy. And you're like, why did that guy sign there? Because he really was agreed to the deal 2 years ago.
Or
and there's a street agent.
Or you were paying him some money.
Well, yeah, you pay the street agent, and the street agent pays the family. And then, because I've heard stories about, like, you give a guy money, and he's like 13, 14 years old. Then he gets to be 16, and now he kind of sucks. And they're like, why'd they give that guy the money? Because they agreed to do it 2 years ago when they thought he was great when he was like 13 or 14.
Right.
Week 2, the Buffalo Bills will play the Pittsburgh Steelers. That begins next Saturday at 7. 8/17. Now we'll skip ahead to the regular season, which is what we look at most importantly. Week 1, the Arizona Cardinals will play the Bills 1 o'clock. Week 2, Miami Dolphins 8:15. Week 3, Jacksonville Jaguars Monday night 7:30. A doubleheader will be on. Week 4, Sunday night 8:20. We are announcing the Miami times. We're announcing the Buffalo times. because it's in Buffalo for that audience. Week 4, Baltimore Ravens at 8:20. Baltimore to host. Week 5, at Houston Texans, 1 o'clock. Week 6, at New York Jets, 7:15. Week 7, Sunday, October 20th, 1 p.m. Week 8 will be against the Tennessee Titans. Week 8, Seattle Seahawks, 4:05. Week 9, Miami Dolphins at 1 o'clock. Week 10, Indianapolis Colts, 1 o'clock. Week 11, Kansas City Chiefs, 4:25. Week 12, bye. Week 13, San Francisco 49ers, 8:20. Week 14, St. Louis Rams at Los Angeles, 4:25. Week 15, at Detroit, 4:25. Bills to host. Bills to host. Week 17, Sunday, December 29th, 1 o'clock. Week 18, at New England, TBD. Now we're going to get our official prediction next. Week 1, Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to give that a win. That game, Bills to host, 1 o'clock. Week 2, Miami Dolphins, 8:15. Give that a maybe, leaning towards a loss. Week 3, Jacksonville Jaguars, 7:30. Give that a maybe. Week 4, at Baltimore Ravens. Give me a loss, 7:20. Week 5, at Houston Texans, 1 o'clock. Give me Houston, since it's in Houston. Week 6, at New York Jets. I don't think it matters about Aaron Rodgers, but some people do. 7:15, I'll give that a win. Week 7, Tennessee Titans. Give that a win. Week 8, at Seattle, 4:05. Give that a maybe. Week 9, Miami Dolphins at 1. I'll give that a win since it's at home. Week 10, at Indianapolis Colts. I'll give that a maybe. Week 11, Kansas City Chiefs. I will give that, since it's in Buffalo, I'll probably give it a win. Check back with me that December 17th. Week 13, 49ers, 7:20. Give me a maybe. Week 14, December 8th, 4:25, at Los Angeles Rams. Give me a loss. Week 15, Detroit Lions. Give me a loss. Week 16, New England Patriots. Give me a win. Week 17, New York Jets. Give me a win. Week 18, at New England Patriots. Give me a win. I got to add them up to give them the record to you. The Cubs beat the White Sox, who probably are going to end up being the worst team in baseball. So I don't know if that means they're good. Probably not. They're 9-60. They go to Cleveland to play them, and they are good, but not as good as they were. They are 69-49, which leaves the Royals only 3.5 back, or 4 back of the lead of the AL Central. Now the Royals are still in the third wild card spot, 2.5 games ahead of Seattle. Final spot. The Cubs beat the White Sox, who probably are going to end up being the worst team in baseball. So I don't know if that means they're good. Probably not. They're 59-60. They go to Cleveland to play them, and they are good, but not as good as they were. They are 69-49, which leaves the Royals only 3.5 back, or 4 back of the lead of the AL Central. Now the Royals are still third wild card spot, 2.5 games ahead of Seattle. Final